How do you feel about Trump and the protests that are going on in the NFL? Donald Trump.
Well, I feel like ever since he became president, like the amount of protests has increased a lot, and even in the NFL, like why are you worrying about the NFL? You're the president of America. There are bigger things out there for you to worry about than the NFL.
Okay, all right.
There's two completely different sides. I mean, there's a lot of people that believe that you shouldn't do that because you should honor the country, and there's another side that's trying to bring awareness to the police brutality as well as other problems that are facing minorities in the country today. I think that it had a good track in the beginning with what it was trying to do, but I think at this point it's kind of losing its direction because people are doing all kinds of different things. So I think they need to refocus and put the effort toward one main thing. But I think it definitely has brought awareness to the problems that we have in society. I think now we need to attack the problems instead of just continuing to try to raise awareness. I think we got to that point, now we need to take it to the next level.
Okay, all right. So the next one. How do you feel about that? What's your view on that?
I feel that I know they're protesting because of the things that he said, but the American flag and our patriotism have really nothing to do with him. So I really think, we should be standing for the anthem. Their beef is with him, really not with our country. So that's how I feel about that.
Okay, all right.
How do I feel about the protests? I really don't have an opinion. Everybody, I can't put myself in the place of the gentlemen who are lodging the protest. I don't know what it's like to be an African-American male in our society, so I reserve the right not to judge what other people find offensive and their way of dealing with problems. I just know this: our country needs to be united. We need to be together. We are all brothers, and it doesn't matter what color your skin is. I've always felt this way. However, I do realize that there were years where people of color, in particular, have been discriminated against, have been held back in jobs, have been treated unfairly, largely by the white population of this country. So that they feel that they need to do something, I respect their right to do so. However, I also understand the other side where people are seeing people kneel down in protest, and yet these same men and women have given their lives, their limbs for their country, and it's upsetting to them. I don't know that there's a right answer, but I do reserve the right to stay neutral on the topic and kind of like respect both sides. I have a better understanding of why it's being done, and I think that's really the key that people need to understand, that there's a lot wrong with our country, but if we come together we can fix it. And if we sit here and dwell on the past, as bad as it is, that we're not going to ever get anywhere. So in my opinion, and that's why we do what we do, because you are the guys who are going to change everything. White, black, Hispanic, we all got to live together. And if we don't learn to do that, then we're not going to, our country's going to fail.
How do you feel about the school spirit at Nottingham High School?
I think the class of 2018 is a little bit quieter than past classes, but not in a bad way. But I do think that they're pretty heavily involved. I mean, I think the football games that I went to, there was a lot of involvement there. You guys were able to start a fall pep rally where we never had that before, so that'll be something new. And I think that overall the school's really in a good place right now, and I think you guys could set a trend for the years to come.
All right.
I think we have great spirit here. I think everybody has, we wear our clothes on the Fridays, and you guys with football. I think the spirit here is right on.
Now the last.
I think this year has been one of the better years in terms of school spirit. I think that was demonstrated clearly by the participation. Some of those outfits were a little out there. My man Patrick Conadue in particular. I don't know what that one was with the gold band thing on his head. I have no idea, but I really do think that there's a really good sense of pride in our school. I think the last couple of years, after the state championship year, in particular, I remember 2005, it was unbelievable in this building. When we went to the state championship, the amount of pride that was going on was exhibited again in 2012. And I think we're back there now. I took a little dip there the last couple of years, but I really see, and I also see at the basketball games. I think it's just awesome. They broke the bleachers last year, you know, so I think our student body, I really like our student body. I really like our kids, and you know, you guys are a part of that, of course. And a big part of the reason I feel so strongly about our senior class and our school in particular. But I really do see a positive attitude, and I think our administration has a lot to do with that. Mr. Ragazzo, Mr. Walker, this way, Mr. Walsh. I think they're doing a tremendous job in bringing back the pep rally, bringing back the dance, things like that. I think that just gives the kids a better feel of Nottingham, and we should be proud because Nottingham's the best.
Do you prefer waffles or pancakes, and why?
That's a tough one. If it's a Belgian waffle, you know, like the really big one, I would prefer that over the pancake. But if it's like a regular pancake or regular waffles, I would prefer the pancake and just dump a whole bunch of syrup and butter and put it all on there and just cook it together.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
He would do.
I prefer waffles
Okay.
because I really love the way the butter and the syrup get in the little squares of the waffles. Or you can put whipped cream on them, and you can put fruit on them. I'm a waffle girl.
A waffle girl. All right.
Got it.
Thank you for the interview.
You're welcome.
Well, as a diabetic, I prefer neither. If I answered that question truthfully, I would say waffles. But Mrs. Adams would hit me in the head with a frying pan for eating a waffle or a pancake because I'm a diabetic, so I have to cut my carbs. So I can't even eat a regular bagel anymore. I'm on wheat toast and things of that nature. So my diet has totally changed, obviously, since the cancer in 2012. I had to make major changes in my diet. That was one of them. I can't eat pasta. I used to eat a whole plate of pasta. That was my favorite. Can't eat that anymore. So I got to watch how many carbs I eat. So pancakes or waffles, I would take a waffle, but I'd probably only be able to eat half of it.